All right, so we back with another episode of the Black Star Sports Podcast, episode 14. We got another guest on. You know, we had a guest before. You know, I'm Kofi.
My name is Quaz. Follow me on Twitter at Prince Akeem. And we're back at it, man. We're back at it. Episode 14. Straight hoop, no filter. Say what you have to say. Don't hold back. Guest, Kofi.
Oh yeah. So this is our guest, Jarrell. And I like to have him, you know, just basically talk about his background in hoop and, you know, basically a little bit about himself and who he is.
Yeah. So like you said, I'm Jarrell. I'm from California. So being in the Bay, it's a lot of hoop culture out there, and just idolizing the Golden State Warriors for real, like the We Believe Warriors and like the older teams, Baron Davis and all them. You know, so that got me into basketball at a young age. I played at De La Salle High School and played for a multiple-time state championship winning coach. So I learned a lot from him. Then I went to community college at DVC and played. Then I transferred to Pacific University in Oregon, where I played for 2 years and finished my career out. That's a D3 school, so I got to see what college basketball is like. We watch college basketball at the higher levels, D1, D2 and stuff. So a lot of people are familiar with that, but I got to see kind of another side of it. And there's a lot of good players that actually end up playing at lower levels, and it's not because they weren't good enough. It's just other situations happen and stuff. So I learned a lot being able to see kind of the D3 culture as well.
That's what's up, man. So, hey, I got a quick question because I'm not from like the Concord area. I went to Albany High. I always heard stories about De La Salle. Like, how was the?
Okay. Man, first of all, the whole school was intense, strict and stuff, you know. But our hoop program was very regimented. Like, we had our practices, like we practiced 6 days a week. We had even in like summer and stuff, we had shooting workouts at 6 a.m. and then we have a practice in the day. We have a lift later. We have games and stuff like that. So it was all about being in the gym all the time, getting better and pushing each other. Our biggest focus was on defense, and so we were doing all kinds of. We had days in practice where it was like we would do a drill and it was defensive scoring. So the only way you score is if your team gets a stop. And whoever gets the most stops, that team wins. The other team has to run suicides. After every drill, the team that loses runs suicides. And if we just came off a bad loss, like we lost to it was either O'Dowd or Salesian, something like that. And the next day in practice, our coach was like, nah, we're all losers today. If you win the drill, you run a suicide. If you lose, you run 2 suicides. So it was like that. It was always like
Coach Alaka.
But it was good. It made us tough. Our best thing was Coach Frank Alaka Sr. Made us really tough and taught us about life as well. So it was a really good program, man. It really was. There was good things and bad things, but it was a really good program.
It's crazy to hear that because like I went to Albany High. I hooped as well. Just to hear how the programs are ran at De La Salle, like, damn, you guys woke up at 6 a.m. to go shoot and then lift. Like, it's legitimately ran like a college program. And at Albany, it's just like you have practice and that's it. So that's crazy to hear. And it shows why De La Salle is so successful in terms of like sports. So, damn, that's crazy. But that's what's up.
Yeah, athletes there didn't have no type of life outside of that sport.
Man, I believe it. I mean, they push out, they produce. So
they definitely prepared us for what college training was like.
Right.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they won a lot. But, so getting into basketball topics, the NBA, they returning, December 22nd. So that's pretty, right around the corner. What is it, November, 29th right now as we're filming?
Yeah, I think they start like training camp on Tuesday.
Yes, and the training
it's right around the corner.
Yeah, so they rushed this shit back. They were trying to get, the revenue that they lost and whatnot. As soon as Adam Silver, as soon as the bubble ended, damn near Adam Silver's talking about, December. I think he wanted it to even be earlier, right? At one point.
I think
Yeah.
he wanted. I think he wanted. I mean, I know they wanted it before. They for sure wanted it in December because of Christmas. They don't want to miss up that that Christmas lineup where it's like straight basketball all day. So I mean, I'm shocked that they're starting so early, but man, I miss basketball, so I don't mind it. I just hope they put these players in I just want the players to be safe at the end of the day because I'm watching the NFL right now, and it's just like every day there's like a news report of someone getting COVID. So I hope it doesn't happen with the NBA where we're hearing all these players like, okay, this person got COVID, this person got COVID. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to be having it back. It is early. They just literally just stopped playing like in October. But shit, I'm for sure excited to see what's about to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more excited, to see my Warriors come back because it feels like 10 years since I seen them play, and them actually play, not just these new youngins that came on, like Steph.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
the last year, huh?
God, we didn't even get the bubble, so it's been like I think I saw it was like it's been 200 something days since they played, or something like that.
They need the rest.
I mean, damn, but. Yeah, so Dro, what you think about that?
Yeah, man. Kind of about the early return. First of all, for fans like me, kind of like for the three of us, I know we're happy in the sense like, oh, basketball's back. Like, that's a quick turnaround, and we're not used to that. So I'm very excited that it's going to be a quick turnaround. But and I'm not too worried about like the COVID stuff. Like in the bubble, the NBA did a surprisingly good job, especially compared to other sports and other, business ventures that people are trying to do and function during all this. The NBA has been one of the best examples of, being able to have something sustainable and keep everyone healthy.
Right.
But what I am worried about, like news-wise, LeBron said he was going to take the beginning of the season easy, relax a little bit, and it's well deserved. Many years and
for sure
mileage on his body, and just coming off of his playoff run and stuff. So yeah, for the players, I'm more worried about their physical health and them just the amount of work they're putting in with how quick it's returning, especially the guys that went deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only going to affect a few of them though, because LeBron at this point, bro, he could do what the hell he wants. He's the Don, like we've said. He's the Don in the NBA, has the most experience, the most cachet. What are they going to tell him? But most teams, that's like 16 teams who didn't go, so that's like half the NBA right there. And then or not 16 teams. It's like I think 20 in the beginning, so maybe like 10 teams that didn't go, and then there were like 2 or 3 more teams that got out like the first month of the bubble. And then there was like, it's only really going to be on grueling for maybe like 4-ish teams, I'd say. Because a lot of the NBA has been out for a pretty long time. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be as bad. But, I mean, we're definitely going to see some, like for the teams that made the deep final runs or the deep playoff runs, it's going to be grueling for them. But then again, you could argue it's like that for them every year because the deeper you go in the playoffs, the shorter your offseason is going to be technically. So, I mean, that's why the Warriors, and this we can segue into
that. But this turnaround is quick, though.
It's quick.
Super quick.
Yeah, it is.
So, wait, are they still doing that bubble format, though? Or did they change it?
I don't know. I mean, they can't it'd have to be multiple bubbles if they were going to do it. Because I mean the NBA is so we're obviously dealing with more teams. It's not like they're all gonna come to one place and play. I guess they could, but I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they want to do the bubble thing again. If not, they might just do like multiple bubbles where 5 or 6 teams are in it and they play each other or whatever, like how many other times or whatever, and then they go to another bubble and they play or something like that. But I mean, going into deep teams making deep finals runs, the Warriors, man, we've been seeing some shit happen, man. I feel a little better now. I mean, I don't really know how to say a little better because of the moves that they made, but God, Clay,
I mean,
bro.
It's like the saying goes: every great thing must come to an end. And I'm
Whoa,
sorry, you Warriors.
You are a hater.
Man.
Yeah, I think this run for the Warriors, this run for the Warriors is like damn near over. Like you guys just lost Clay. I mean, you guys did a good job like getting Kelly Oubre, but still, I think this is the beginning to the end of the Warriors.
I think we'll surprise some people, man.
I don't know, man.
I think our team is a little
Clay
better
Thompson,
than
that's a huge loss.
It is, and I feel more bad for him. Like, bro, he just had an ACL. That's already a year.
Yeah.
He actually came back from that. He actually had the right amount of time, to rest. And then you get an Achilles injury after that. That's literally the two worst injuries you can get as a basketball player back to back.
That he got an Achilles?
Yeah, Achilles.
Oh man.
And playing pickup. I mean, he was trying to hurry back.
It's on the other leg too, right?
Yeah, the other leg. Yeah.
I mean, he's a shooter, so
probably compensating for it.
He's gonna come back later. Yeah, I think the Warriors got about like $9.3 million back because of that injury.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I believe in our what's it called? Our management, but dang, I know that's a big. I think we're gonna be a little better. We're gonna be better than people think. I'm not saying we're gonna go to the finals, but I think if you have Steph and Draymond and you plug the right pieces around, I still think that they can do some shit. But I'm not going.
You guys are missing a huge piece in Klay Thompson. I mean.
No, we're not winning a chip. We're not winning a chip.
No.
Oh no, for sure not. But
we could go to the. I think best case scenario, Western Conference Finals. I think best case scenario.
That's like bad. That's like best case though. Like as much as I'm a Warrior fan,
I know.
As much as I'm a Warrior fan, it is looking rough right now because the other teams in the NBA have continued to build up while we've lost players. You know what I'm saying? So, the stuff with Clay, man, that is extremely rough.
Yeah.
And like Kelly Oubre, like the people we've added some cool pieces.
Yeah.
But it's not enough yet. So as far as like it being the end of the Warriors, I'm not saying it's the end of the Warriors. Like it is close. But if we could get some pieces in the next 2 years, I think we'll be able to start to make a reasonable rebuild. But if we can't do that in the next couple of years, we're gonna be screwed.
See, that's why I say I don't think we over because our management is too nice. Like they're too smart. Like they're gonna make you're telling me in 2 years they're not gonna make some kind of move. Like I have
no man. I don't think so. I think the West is getting better.
Is it?
I think the Warriors.
Is it really though?
Like they're going on a decline. Yeah,
if you really think about it, what teams are getting?
I think certain players are getting better. So like you got the Suns and Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
Though?
That's huge. I mean, they're making a playoff for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So for me, I think the Warriors are on the cusp of making the playoffs now. Like that losing Clay is huge, bro.
They're making the playoffs, bro. Stop it.
They're making the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay. So for you Warrior fans, okay, what?
Yes.
Y'all forgot how good Steph is, bro. I think y'all forgot.
What seed, you Warrior fans? What seed are you guys gonna get?
Worst case scenario, we like 6. Best case scenario, we like 3 or 4.
Damn! 3 or 4?
Yeah, bro. If you think about it,
you got the Lakers,
teams,
Clippers, the only Trailblazers. Trailblazers got better.
Listen, they're not better than the Warriors though. Steph, Son, and Dame any time.
Bro, honestly, right now, I'll tell you right now, today, Damian Lillard is better than Steph Curry.
You tripping? I'm not. You can't just outright say he's better.
You can't just outright smoking. I don't smoke, but I want you to
say he's better like that.
Okay, but
Curry got
if you look at the top,
neither one of them could guard each other.
Listen, but if you're talking about in teams, in what they bring to a team and what he's done And you can't even say, like, literally, if you look at their playoff matchups, it's so lopsided. I don't think Dame's even beat him in a game.
I don't care about the past.
No, but that's a large ass sample size.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now, today.
Y'all
Damian
forgot.
Lillard is better than Steph Curry. Curry needs to show me
good
this
nigga
season.
is. I think y'all forgot. He's gonna remind y'all.
He was good because he had Clay.
No, stop it.
Clay made him great.
Why was Steph?
Why was
Steph the runner up for Rookie of the Years when he was a rookie?
Runner up? Did he win?
No, but he was right there.
Exactly.
He damn near should have. It was damn near controversial.
I don't care about runner up. Did he win?
You said Clay made him great. You sound, but you buggy. What?
No, when with statements like that, it's like you didn't watch his MVP season, the unanimous season.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying I'm not saying Clay added. No, of course I'm not trying to take it, but y'all, like, Steph is a 2-time MVP. Only you net, like, well, we're not going to get into that, man.
The first time I don't know. The second time I'll give it to him. I think James Harden should have won on one of those.
James Harden, what did he do with his team? Where did they go?
I don't care. We're talking about MVP, most valuable player.
Most valuable player to who?
In the league.
Then why didn't he, okay, if he's the most valuable player in the league, how come teams did better?
I guarantee you, if you take Curry and put James Harden would still win 3 rings with the Warriors with Clay.
No.
Are you serious?
No.
If you flip-flop, yes, they would.
No.
James Harden would hold the ball. He would dribble the air off the fucking ball. You saw what he did with Chris Paul.
James Harden.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
No. I gotta say this.
Yeah.
The reason why the Warriors function so well and were able to win their rings and have that longevity is because of Stephen Curry and his play style and his ego. If you plug another star in his situation, it does not happen like that.
Thank you. See,
I guarantee you because
he was a special player for a special run in the right situation.
How the team's set up in Houston,
everybody
that's
can't do
why
what he did.
James Harden plays the way he is. But if James Harden, I hope he goes to the Nets so he can really show y'all he's not no ball hogger and he can play with the team. Come on, he has PJ Tucker.
With who?
No, I think he can. No, I think he can. I think he can play with a team. I'm just saying that on the Warriors, he's not like Steph made the Warriors happen the way it happened. Man, there's not too many other. I don't really think there is another star you could plug in that makes that work.
This is a perfect segue into our next point: the Rockets imploding. Why are they imploding?
I
wonder why. Who's the common factor?
This is not winning.
Let's start with Daryl Morey. He straight up just fucking left. Like he first off, he's the one that ruined the whole thing. Bringing certain players to the Rockets. Like, come on. And then you're gonna just straight up dip and go to the Sixers. I mean, the Sixers are over here. Oh my God. We got Doc Rivers. We got Daryl Morey. We're gonna be a championship team. No, they're not, bro. Daryl Morey's gonna do the same shit he did with the Rockets.
This is the thing.
To the Sixers. And I think it's because of Daryl Morey, the Rockets are imploding because he left and gave him a shitty ass roster.
I agree with you partially on that. I do think he definitely contributed, but I also think that James Harden, if you're the franchise player, like, let's be honest, we try to give all the power to the coaches, and the players have the power. If the players want to make moves and they have they especially if they have cachet, they know exactly what they could do. You think LeBron, when the higher ups make a decision, they don't talk to LeBron first, or they don't run it by him? Like, LeBron players might say in the media, like, oh, I didn't have a part in that. But damn well, they did. Well, Daryl Morey, I think he didn't talk to Chris Paul, and that's why he left. But James Harden pretty much is the Don of that team. His play style, bro, it doesn't complement the talent he's had. He's had fucking Chris Paul on his team, okay? Who I think is one of the greatest point guards, honestly, who ever lived. He just doesn't have the cachet or the not cachet, the hardware he should have, for his skill set. But James Harden, the way his he's a great player, elite scorer, one of the greatest players we've ever seen. But his play style doesn't even incorporate or utilize the talent he has around him to its fullest potential. I don't think.
You're a James Harden hater, bro.
I'm not. But
with
I'm
Chris
seeing,
Paul, they went to the Western Conference Finals. They went to Game 7, and Chris Paul got hurt.
Because of who? Because of
injury. It was because of an injury.
But who propelled them?
He showed you he can take his team to the Western Conference Finals.
Chris Paul did that.
Chris Paul just got hurt.
I'm saying Chris Paul's the one who did that. Not
Chris
him.
Paul helped James Harden.
Yes.
Chris Paul didn't do that on his own, bro. Come on now. Get out of here.
Chris Paul added to that. Without Chris Paul, James Harden, let's let Jarrell talk, man. Let's let Jarrell talk, bro.
Yeah, I got something that I wanna add that I think really skews the Rocket scenario, like the way we perceive the Rockets.
Right.
They're a good ass team. James Harden is a 50 ball on any night, and he does pass. He does get people open. He holds the ball, he isos a lot, but he gets people open. He hits people. And honestly, you need him to have the ball if he's on your team.
Yeah.
And if he goes to a team with multiple stars and stuff, he's a good enough shooter, a good enough ball handler. He's athletic enough, like he'll be able to fit into a system. But this whole Rockets like scenario is skewed because of that game in the playoffs. I don't remember how many missed, but they didn't make no damn three. They got eliminated.
I ain't gonna lie, you're right.
Like
you're right.
if they hit any shots that game, it would be completely different. But since they had that weird game, it's like, oh, Rockets, James Harden, his play style, all that. It's not really nothing wrong with his play style. It just hasn't worked out, and they've tried it enough times. So I think since they haven't won any championships, it's like, all right, we got to try something else now after this amount of time. And it's imploding in a way that's it's kind of a violent. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty crazy, but I mean,
no, you are right. I definitely
forgot about that. It just didn't work out.
I
forgot about that game, man.
Yeah, I agree with that, but then I also I kind of do think it is a result of that play style, because the thing about the Warriors, I was watching this interview the other day. I'm not sure what it was, but the Warriors are really what introduced this whole, like, what is this, 20, maybe, I don't know, 15-ish to like now. This is like the 3-ball era. The Warriors are ones, and Steph Curry, if you really want to simplify it down, they're the ones who introduced this whole 3-ball era. But the thing is, the Warriors were dynamic as fuck. They were like the greatest defensive team at one point. They moved the ball the most. Like, they had 40 assist nights, like multiple in the season or something like that. So it wasn't just that they shot the ball. Like, they also did other things great. It's just that they shot the ball so much better than everybody else that was highlighted. But the thing is, everybody, for some reason, they just said, fuck all that other shit, the 3. Let's do that. First of all, not everybody has a Steph and Clay on their team. So that's already why that shit is not going to work for everybody. And 2, they forgot everything else that comes into playing basketball. Defense, all these other things. The Rockets didn't play defense for shit when they was playing. You know, so it's like, and other teams, and that's why it's fucking up a lot of other teams now, because they think that they can put a bunch of stars together and you've got a team. Like, no. The Warriors, they had that, but most of them was homegrown, or at least had been there for a long time if they had been traded there, like Iguodala. You know, so that's why with the Nets, I'm kind of skeptical about it, because they have a lot of talent, but I'm skeptical to see how the personalities and everything else meshes. Especially, I don't think James Harden's going there now. I think he's probably staying.
Oh, I don't think so. I was just throwing a hypothetical. But you keep on saying personalities, bro. The Nets are going to work. Like,
I can't say that for sure.
No one has an ego on the team. I mean, Kyrie may say some stupid shit sometimes, but
no one has an ego.
I don't know. I think they'll work just fine.
Come on.
You can't say no one has an ego on that team, bro.
Just because you see Kyrie say certain things, you think he has an ego. You're a Kyrie hater.
It's the actions too.
I don't give a fuck. I'll take Kyrie on my team any day of the week. And KD. I'll put them both on the same team and go out there and do work.
of course, I mean, if you have them trying to come to your team, of course, who's going to turn it down? But you have to also be realistic. Like, just because you have talented ass motherfuckers on the team, you could have like 2-3 MVP caliber players on your team and have that team only win like 40 games because they don't know how to play with each other. That's possible.
Kofi, the Nets are going to work out.
Well, no, they should. They should go to the finals, especially in the East. But I'm just saying, like, you know KD. You know how Draymond said something to him, and that damn near kicked him out. Imagine if Kyrie say something. That's all I'm saying. You just don't know. You don't know. But I mean, so free agency has been real crazy. Like what we said, we've seen CP3 go to the Suns. We saw Drew Holiday, who was like damn near every team wanted him. He was like in an arms race. Went to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee gave too much up for him, bro.
They did, yeah, because they want to keep Giannis happy. Giannis already want to leave and everything. So, Andrew Wiggins, he's still with us, so that's not we kept him. And I think Melo, he's still with the with Portland, which I was happy to see. He finally found a home. People trust him, which I don't know why they shouldn't. And then I believe Westbrook is still staying with the Rockets. Even though he wanted out. So I don't know how that's gonna work. That's another thing, Rock, man.
I think they may just trade him during the season.
Damn, like that. Could you imagine?
I mean, I don't think they're gonna get rid of him before the season starts. I think they're gonna try it out with the Rockets, and then if it doesn't work,
could you imagine I feel like I just hope he doesn't. As much as I clown Westbrook, I know he's a talented. I always say Westbrook. The thing that differentiates him from everybody else is his energy level. There's players that are more skilled than him. There's players that can shoot better than him, have better ball handling than him and everything. But Westbrook's skill or his energy is just so much higher than everybody else that he's able to just go off and get triple doubles and not run out of energy,
But his basketball IQ though, and his shot selections is iffy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait, what? What basketball?
I'll take his energy any day of the week, yeah. But like his shot selection and his basketball IQ.
I was just gonna say, I hope the NBA don't give up on him because I feel like that's the trend it's going.
I think he'll still be around.
I don't know.
I wish if Westbrook is a really amazing player, but if he was on a team with stars, with other stars, he would do really well in a role where like you have a couple star players, scorers or whatever in the lineup, and then maybe he even starts the game or whatever. But if you have a lineup where he either comes off the bench or if he has just time on the court with him and the other guys and like a couple bench players, and you just let him do his thing and go off for 10, 15 minutes, and then start like slowly start bringing your other stars back in. Like, you just got to find a way to make Westbrook work because he can produce so much so quick, but he can also throw it away just as quick.
Yeah.
And he's not the most efficient. Actually, he changed his game though. And he started going to the rim a little more, and he started becoming a lot more efficient.
Yeah.
But it's just
the Rockets.
He's maxed out. He's maxed out like his play style and what he's really good at, and now he just needs to find somewhere where that fits really good because he is a really, really good player.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. So you think he's gonna start? Is he gonna become a role player? Do you think he'll be? You think he'll accept that role player position?
I don't think he is. I don't think he is, and I don't think he would accept it. But I think if he found the right team, like in an ideal world, if he found the right team and was willing to do it, kind of like, Iguodala was less production, obviously, but kind of like Iguodala threw his ego aside and was like, all right, I'll accept this role, and it helped the team out a lot. If he could find the right situation like that and was willing to do it, I think it would work out.
That's for sure.
It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to go to the Knicks. Because he literally said he wanted a team where he was reported. He said he wanted a team that basically gave him the same role as his OKC days when he was averaging triple doubles and shit. So you see where his mind's at. So I mean, hopefully he doesn't have like a AI, I'm not coming off no bench type mentality for his career because that might fuck him up, honestly.
I feel like he'll do that.
Yeah, that's the
If
thing.
you're talking about egos, Russell has a big ego.
Oh, for sure. You can't deny that. Yeah, that's a.
I mean, he does,
Like,
but I mean,
to
how
tell
do
him,
you
hey,
It's
come off the
deserved,
bench.
but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you not? You averaging triple doubles. Like, how do you
Right?
not? It's kind of,
yeah, that's crazy. He really made a triple double just seem like, I've seen it.
for real.
Yeah,
For
but
real.
we touched on it a little bit, but CP3 to the Suns was a real good. I think he's gonna do so much good for Devin Booker, man. Like just in terms of just the gems he's gonna drop. I really would have wished, just because I'm a CP3 fan, except when he plays us. I wish that he would have gone to like a contender, just because, I want to see him get a ring. Because I feel like with his skill set, he's too skilled to not have a ring. But the fact that he didn't go to the Lakers, I respect it because he doesn't want it to be go to a LeBron show or whatever. He still wants to kind of have his imprint on it, but it just sucks that he didn't go to a contender. But I feel like he's gonna really make that Suns team, bring the potential out of that, or start.
So you're saying the Suns aren't a contender?
No, I don't think they contender. I think they'll get like 6 to 8, maybe.
So you don't think Chris Paul could take them to the Western Conference Finals?
I need to know I don't know the rest of their roster like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to put all that on him right now, man.
This is their starting five. They had Chris Paul at 1, Devin Booker at 2,
that's fine.
Miles Bridges at 3, DeAndre Ayton at 4. I mean at 5. I don't know who their 4 man.
DeAndre Ayton is nice, bro.
They just picked up Jay Crowder.
Oh. I mean that's a solid starting 5. It's definitely, I don't think that's contender though.
I think they'll contend this year.
I mean, hey, honestly, at this point, I never count Chris Paul. When he went to the OKC Thunder, I was one of the only people saying, bro, that's a solid team. Like that's gonna be at least a playoff team. And people were mocking him, saying, oh, he's about to be like a traveling man now, man. He went to freaking,
No, yeah, that's disrespect. Chris Paul is, like you said earlier, he's one of the greatest point guards ever to play the game.
Yeah.
He does it on both ends of the court. I don't know. Recently, I haven't paid too much attention to how he's been playing, but I know over the course of his career, he's always been willing to play defense and scrap. He gets a lot of steals.
Yeah.
And offensively, when I talk about an offensive player with a maxed out skill set, I think of players like Kobe Jordan, the way they can hit fadeaways, hit step backs. They got their handles on point. They can finish at the rim. They got a floater. They can throw dimes. Chris Paul is exactly that. He's just 6 feet tall.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's really I mean, if Chris Paul was 6'8", I mean,
Magic Johnson with a shot.
That's
honestly,
that's ridiculous. So I mean,
yeah.
So Chris
I'm
Paul,
more so
he's gonna do his thing. His team is gonna do well.
Yeah.
And Devin. So that allows Chris Paul to have someone to pass to, so he doesn't have to take every shot.
He's gonna be having 20
I think the Suns are gonna do well. The Suns are gonna do well. I don't know. I can't really put a say exactly on how far they're gonna go, but they're gonna do really well.
Definitely
and
play.
Devin Booker's gonna learn a lot from him.
Yeah.
He's gonna learn hella much.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think honestly, he would have been the point guard of this generation if Steph didn't come along. Steph's the one who took that shit. But
facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
People forget how good Chris Paul. Chris Paul's still nice, bro. I see him playing, and he takes care of his body too, even though he began hamstring injuries and shit. But he's still. If you look at his he's 36 now. The way he plays, he don't play like a 36-year-old. He plays like he's 28 or something, But so should Giannis leave? I know that the Milwaukee Bucks are doing everything in their power. They're not trying to trade him away because that's a once in a generation talent. Ain't no one coming to Milwaukee. That place is, no free agents is coming there. So you don't get a player like that every day. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make him happy. As you said, they gave up way too much, in your opinion. for Drew Holiday, even though Drew Holiday is solid. But should Giannis still leave? You know, I know he was mad. They tried to get Bogdanovich, I think, and they kind of fumbled with that.
No, Barney, whatever his name, fucked that shit up.
Who?
He said, "I don't want to." He said, "I'm not going there."
Oh, Bogdanovich said that?
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Straight up messed that shit up, man. But no, yeah, no, for
really?
sure.
No,
I thought if once they got him, then Giannis would stay, but I think he's gonna leave.
Yeah, but
I mean,
should he leave?
If I was him, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the way the NBA is now, definitely he should. Before, maybe not, but now definitely, yeah.
That's crazy. People really just be moving when they don't like a place now, man. They don't be sticking it out. But I mean, I get it. But I mean, but if he was to leave though, where should he go? Honestly.
I don't necessarily think he doesn't like Milwaukee. I think he now realizes that he can't win on his own.
Yeah.
And if I was him, I would still stay in the East, probably go to Miami.
That'd be tough. If he went to Miami.
I mean, Miami got pieces.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he does that, I don't know about the Nets coming out. If he does that, I don't know if the Nets can take that.
I mean,
that's tough.
He just really needs a shot. If he can get a shot, if he can work on his shot, at least have a consistent mid range.
Why can't these players come in with a shot? You know that you're athletic. Kawhi's hands is big as hell. He can shoot.
I'm messing with you.
I get tired of that excuse, man.
Yeah.
The big hand thing, that is so whack. That is not real. That's a myth.
Like, can you imagine, bro, if you're already as stupid athletic, stupid, you know, physically gifted, but you're like, okay, I already know I'm physically gifted. Let me get my skills on point. Could you imagine, like, that's why you see Michael Jordan, how skilled he was, but he was athletic as hell, but he was skilled. He was, like, the most skilled, too. Like, and you saw what he was. You know, LeBron's skilled. He's athletic. Like, just, what? Like, this your job, bro.
The thing about it, though, is it's like first of all, everybody's different. Everybody learns at a different speed and learns in different ways. But the biggest thing that I've seen from training myself, and I've trained a few other players, and from learning from very high-level coaches, like the main thing I've seen is that your progress and your development of a skill, it just has to follow a certain method. So if you don't know the method, and you don't have somebody that can teach you the method or show you the method, you're not like, when it comes to shooting, you have to be super consistent, but there's also specific things you have to do in your shooting regimen to actually make like solid improvements. Like I know there's people in the world that can shoot like Stephen Curry, but they haven't, he has some talent and he grew up in an NBA family and stuff, but the stuff that Stephen Curry does is teachable. Like, people say, like, oh, you know, you're not Stephen Curry, don't do it. And of course, there's a progression, but you can get to that level. You just have to know what to do. Like all the different drills they do, spinning on one foot and stuff like that. You shouldn't just jump in and go straight there, but that stuff is done for a reason. And you have to, you have to know what that is, and you have to have someone teach it to you, or try it and figure it out for yourself. But a lot of people can't do that. Yeah. And so when it comes to like somebody who is that athletic and big and quick and all that, it's like, damn, like they might just be like, damn, I'm trying my hardest. I'm in here every day working on my shot.
But they're not doing the right shit.
Yeah. And so it's like, so then if you don't have somebody to correct you or whatever, like that's why there's specific gurus and like trainers that are held in such high esteem above other people, because they know certain methods and they know how to train and how to reach players. And that's like, it's kind of rare, which is the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, but my whole thing is like, if you're an NBA player, at least an NBA prospect, don't y'all have like the best people to over, you know, I mean, maybe there's even rarer, and maybe it's that rare that even they can't find them, but I still feel like they could try some of them could try a little harder, in my opinion, but you know. Maybe
No,
help.
it's crazy how you break it down because like what he said.
you would be. I think.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mhm.
No, like I think you'd be surprised. Like what I've seen. For instance, like there will be. I've seen and like been coached by high level coaches who do have a good product and they win games. But then when you go there, sometimes it's like, all right, we win because we have a system, but I'm not learning anything. You know what I mean? So you may not be learning from a particular coach. Or I know trainers who are really, really good trainers, and it's like, oh, if you need like a really good workout, go to him. But you go to the workout and you do a lot of like, it's not like it's bad, but you do a lot of running, a lot of stuff that gets you really tired and in shape and stuff. And you're taking a lot of shots, so you get better just from the practice of taking shots. But it's not like a broken down. It's not your form. It's not skill. It's not focusing on like specific parts of your shot and stuff like that. So you can be really, really good, and you can have, you know, professionals and the best staff and stuff like that. But at a certain point, there's specific things that have to be done. And it's either like your trainers and coaches know those things or they don't. And a lot of high level people don't know those things.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like a lot of people don't know. Even like the trainers themselves. Like one of my personal favorite trainers, I don't know if you guys know who Michael Lancaster is.
Yeah.
He's a skills trainer, and he has all these methods that are really unorthodox, and a lot of people don't like them. But there's certain things you can learn from unorthodox methods that you don't exactly learn from just running out of hoop and trying to do an up and under reverse layup. Like there's certain things you could do. So you have to be willing to explore that. And a lot of people aren't, especially like now that a lot of stuff is changing, like people are catching on. And I think that's why we're starting to see so many larger players be more skilled. And I think that's going to continue because
which is good.
Like skills training is catching on, and it's real. Like it's not gimmicky stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a hell of a good breakdown.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, especially what you're saying with what you're saying about the unorthodox methods, like that's the Mr. Miyagi, you know, the unorthodox methods are pretty much, you know, that's what is going to get you right. Because I mean, I think personally, we learn much more efficiently when you take something out of an element and you kind of compare it, and then you realize, oh wait, they're similar, you know. So some people learn better that. I personally learn better that way too. So I mean, I think that's definitely true. But definitely it'll make the league better if we do see more players, you know, moving towards that direction of being athletic, big, and also skilled. You know, the league will just be better that way. We got a few more topics. Yeah. So apparently, I don't know if he still wants out now, but John Wall wanted out, you know, of the Wizards. You know, I think he was in trade talks. He wasn't happy that his name was even brought up. So he's like, bro, what the fuck? So he's requesting a trade. Yeah. I think they probably calmed him down and quieted him, you know, now. But I don't.
I heard he got mad because I guess the GM came out and said this is Bill's team, and we're trying to, you know, like create the team around Bill. I think John Wall got. That's what I read on Bleacher Report.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know if it's true, but yeah.
Miss one season, miss a couple seasons. It's your old team. Fuck.
I mean, who wants John Wall right now? Like, who wants to take that contract? I feel like the Wizards have to keep him.
I think they're gonna keep him, but if John Wall is healthy, bro, he's the best. He's damn near was the best point guard in the East at one point. I took him over Kyrie. Yeah, I do. If you look at all he brings to the table defensively, scoring, court vision. I mean, I took him over him.
So So my question is, why don't you think it hasn't worked so far with Bill and John Wall then?
Honestly, it's just been bad luck, like injuries, because they were the team that was going to the Western Conference Final. Like they were the team that people thought, you know, it wasn't the Celtics. They were the top team that everyone thought, oh, when LeBron leaves, they're going to be the guys that are just going to the finals, you know. over and over being contenders. But then John Wall got hurt. People were getting hurt, and shit just went down. So honestly, with them, I think it's just other factors. I don't even think it's just those two. I don't think it's anything wrong with them. I think it was just other factors that they couldn't control to stop that from getting there.
I still think they need a better roster.
Yeah, they definitely do. That's why I thought KD was gonna go back there at one point because DC, but he said I'm not going to DC. So, man,
I don't know what it is about John Wall because he is, once again, those kind of maxed out players. Like he has his play style. He's really good at what he does. But I don't know. Like I can't see him going to another team and really taking them far like that.
Yeah,
I don't really know why that is. I can't really put my finger on it. Just don't feel like it would work.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think his shot selection and just his efficiency was part of it. Apparently, he's gotten better, but I mean, I have to see it. I can't be watching you in pickup games and say you got a better shot. I have to see it in game. But apparently, he's gotten better at shooting and whatnot. But if he changes his shot and it's actually more efficient, like he's shooting in the high 30s, maybe even I don't think he's gonna get to 40, but around that level, he's gonna be a problem.
We should go talk to Rondo.
Yeah,
right.
Rondo's hitting threes now. He can get some coaching from.
They're stupid. Y'all are dumb as hell for letting him go. I'm just saying, the Lakers, y'all should have matched him.
Man, he wanted the money, and we're not trying to spend all that money for a raise.
Y'all should have.
Well, we got Schroeder.
I'm taking Rondo, man. I'm sorry. Rondo is. If he wasn't as injury prone, bro, I would have taken Rondo in a heartbeat. I'm sorry.
I think also that he's also up there in age. Do you really want to give him all that money, or do you want to get someone who's younger?
Yeah, that's true. But we're gonna so we have like one more topic, then we'll get into the start bank cut. We kind of already did talk about Kyrie, James Harden, and KD, so we don't have to talk about that.
What about the NBA draft?
Oh, did you want to go into that?
Do you guys follow up on college basketball and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
I haven't been as much into it.
Yeah, I only paid attention to the first 10 drafts like that, though. I wasn't really – after that, then I kind of tuned out and just found everything else out later. But I know Obi went to the Knicks.
I would have something to say about LaMelo.
Oh okay. Yes. Yeah, we'll get to that.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, no, that's your guy.
But go ahead. I want to hear you first.
Yeah.
No, I mean, for me, everything about LaMelo is all positive.
Yeah, you love LaMelo.
Watched him play for a long time. And, of course, when we first seen him come onto the scene, he was like a little scrawny kid shooting from half court and just throwing up crazy shots and stuff like that. But, first of all, that is a mental, skill. You give him the green light, you don't know what he's going to do, and that could be a very good thing.
Right.
You got to find a way to kind of coach him and reel it in a little bit, but I think he can figure that out if he really wants to. And as far as just how good he is and his skill and all that, he's tall, he's lengthy. Mm-hmm. You've seen the types of finishes he could do around the rim. We know he can pass. He's very poised. So as long as his shot is together, I don't really see him having any issues unless it's an attitude problem or a chemistry problem. That's the only thing I could see him running into. But I think he's going to be better than Lon, first of all. And I think he's going to do really well in the NBA and surprise a lot of people.
He's going to be the best.
He has more potential and more skill than a lot of people that are already in the league.
Yeah. I think so.
So that's my 2 cents on LaMelo.
I definitely agree with you on that, but what makes him any different than his brother?
One, his attitude.
Lonzo?
I think he has. I feel
like he's just a better version of Lonzo, but I don't know. Something about LaMelo doesn't strike me as he's gonna come into the league and take off. I don't know if it's his attitude. I don't know. Just watching him play growing up, I'm he doesn't play like a basketball. I mean, he just goes out there and I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like. I'm not a big
The
fan.
game
of
came too easy to him. That's why.
It's just like, and like, who has he played?
I mean, he's played professional players overseas.
Australia, come on.
Australia's a good league.
Over China,
He's played
like,
overseas and
leagues?
proven that he's like better than other pro players. So
Yeah, like
right.
and Lonzo didn't have that.
Yeah,
I think
so his competition.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Are you freezing a little bit? Yeah. Are you saying something?
No, go ahead. I'll talk after you talk.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that even like the way his body looks, I think he looks much more NBA ready than Lonzo did coming into the league. Like he looks a lot.
Dude looks like a twig.
LaMelo over Lonzo? Nah, LaMelo got a little. He's got a little bulk on him though. I mean,
what, 6'7", 170? That's bulk.
You said what?
6'7", 170? That's bulk.
He's not 170. What the
185. 185 at best.
185.
NBA body's like Anthony.
I'm not gonna say
he's like 200.
He has bulk, but I'm not gonna say he needs it either. He's not really gonna. I don't think he'll be able to like sit down and guard nobody straight up. But he's so long, and he can anticipate. Like he can get some stuff done defensively.
Yeah,
I gotta be like solid defensive player for a while.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think
offensively, I think that's where the difference is. Like, I think he's a better shooter than Lonzo.
Yeah.
But how much better though?
That his feel for the game to me is a lot better than Lonzo.
Yeah.
Like if he's open, he's gonna hit the shot. I think. Like I wouldn't want to leave LaMelo open.
Lonzo, man.
If Lonzo's open, he might miss. Like he
might pass that.
Like
shit.
He's a much better scorer. You don't want to give LaMelo openness.
Right.
Yeah, he might pass it. You don't. I don't think you want to give LaMelo open shots or let him get going. Especially he gets hot. Like it's just gonna. It could be a problem. I'm not saying he's gonna come in and take off because honestly he might not. But I think he's gonna develop well, and I hope he does.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you guys think they're gonna do with Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham? Because they still have two solid point guards.
That could be a problem. That could be a problem. I mean, he could come off the bench maybe initially, I would think, and then, kind of earn his stripes or whatever. But it's, again, with you saying his attitude, well, we're going to see how he handles that. If he can be like that guy who's just, I'm a young kid, I'm coming on to the NBA roster, let me learn the way and let me just earn my stripes. Or is he going to be like, oh, I feel like, I'm better than these dudes already. I should already be playing. So, I mean, I don't know. That's what I have to say to that. We have to see how it plays out. But it could pose, it could potentially pose a problem. It could potentially not. But we're going to see what the more mental aspect of him, what it's made of, how it's going to affect him.
It's just interesting to see what they're going to do there.
That's
true. Because they already
I think he's more humble than we think he is.
Yeah.
But we're going to see.
We're going to see. We're going to see. So I don't know, like, Dro, how your time looking?
What time is it?
It's like 3:06.
Give me a second.
Yeah, because we had
a
talk. Okay, because we want to talk about the players who changed. This is gonna be our last topic before the start bench cut segment. I was gonna say the players. Who are the players that you think have changed the game the most? Just throughout like NBA history, I would say. Like, so for me, I mean, I would say, I would say like Magic and Larry at first because the whole them saving the NBA from ratings. It was dropping in ratings, tape delay, and all that stuff. I guess you could throw Jerry West there because it's the logo. I wouldn't. I guess that's how you changed it. I mean, Jerry West is a boy. And obviously Mike, you could say I was going back and forth with saying Kobe. Kobe definitely influenced a lot, but he was so much like Mike that I'm not sure if I can say he necessarily changed the game. He definitely did influence a lot of people coming up, so I guess you could say that. I think LeBron, obviously, he changed the game in terms of like player empowerment. You know, he's the one who basically said like, "Yo, you don't have to listen to y'all masters. You can go wherever you want and play." You know, people were getting on him about that when he made it, but now every NBA player is doing that. And then obviously Steph, to me, I think is the most recent with just how the game is played in terms of the 3-point shot and how like you literally have to, at any position in basketball now, you have to have some kind of shot, you know, whereas even like 10, 15 years ago, you could be a big man and not see outside 10, 15 feet, you know, but now that's looked at as like you're going to be, you know, out the league if you play like that. So that's my list, I would say.
I think for me, it's kind of similar. I'll throw
Right.
AI in there too.
Yeah, I was thinking about AI
Allen
too.
Iverson. Yeah, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. I think Shaquille O'Neal
For
for the big man too. Let's see who else. But I think Curry changed the game the most with the whole 3-point. Like, you know, now guards need to have a shot. Now like big men are learning how to shoot. Like Jay said, like more and more people are becoming more skilled. But also at the same time, I think he's also hurting the game as well. Like people are like, I don't know, like now everyone thinks they can shoot.
That yeah.
Now all everyone does is work on shooting, like shooting 3 points. Like when I go and play pickup now, it's like everyone's just shooting threes, not running not running the offense, you know.
Yeah, no post
So like
moves.
yeah, he helped the game. He made it more like, you know, like fun to play, more entertaining to watch. But I also think he hurt the game. But yeah, that's who I have.
Right.
I'm glad you threw AI in there.
Yeah,
I think that's so important. But
yeah.
there's a lot of names. I mean, I can't even say these are my, you know, off the top of my head, my most influential, but just some that come to mind. AI for sure, just because he had aside from just the game and stuff, he had a big cultural impact.
Right.
And I think that's important. Like he paved the way for a lot of people.
Right.
MJ, obviously, don't really have to say too much about him. Curry, way he did a few. Obviously, the league started to shift towards 3-point shooting and stuff. He also brought like an excitement to the league that I'm not gonna say was missing, but that was just different. And people always talk about how they feel like you can be relatable to him because, you know, he's like a smaller guy on the court, like that kind of stuff. But he also kind of, at least to me, introduced the idea of an egoless superstar, which was kind of rare to see.
Especially at that level of skill. Yeah. Well, I think you
like have made him really special. And about him hurting the game, right? But at the same time, it's like he does a lot of other things besides shoot threes. Like he runs pick and roll well.
That's true.
He's a really good ball handler and stuff. And he's not the greatest defender, but he gives an effort defensively and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know, it just depends like what you're watching, I guess.
Right.
Like, but off of Steph, KD. And like just KD being as tall and skilled as he is, and his play style, and opening that up so that we even know that's possible.
Right.
Like without KD, it's going to be hard for there to be a Giannis. And Giannis isn't like a shooter like KD is, but you know, it's just going to be hard for that to happen. You know,
that's very true.
So yeah, so KD just to me paved the way for bigger, taller, longer players that maybe aren't so bulky being able to play like guards.
Yeah.
And then my last one that I think people overlook so much is Vince Carter. Vince Carter. If you I wish I could remember the name of it, but there's a Vince Carter documentary. When you see all the people that's like, yeah, Vince Carter's like my OG. Like, he brought me up in the league. He taught me about basketball. I grew up idolizing him and stuff. Like, and it's like a lot of like stars and stuff. Even like if you hear like the way Kobe, and obviously T-Mac being related to him and stuff, you hear other like stars talk about him. Like Vince Carter is somebody that's held in such high esteem that people forget about, I think, because you know, he doesn't have like the rings or as many accomplishments and stuff, but he's impacted the league a lot.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
100%. I forgot about that.
And and there's other names, but I have a little bit of recency bias going on. Like, those are all more recent names. There's other ones I could have mentioned.
KD, I didn't even think about putting him in there, because the fact that we're seeing, you know, when players are so magnificent and great, like, we'll never see another player like this again. But, you know, now that KD obviously is KD, and you see that it's possible to be like 6'11", 7 feet and literally be a guard and shoot like 50, 40, 90. Now draftees that see that aren't going to be like, oh, he's too skinny, you know, teams can't use him. You know, like, they're going to know it's we go off of templates, you know, we go off of like, if somebody, the only reason that, like, the way Steph is right now, obviously we're not going to see as many, but we know it's possible. So, like, if we see a player in the draft or something like that that is playing similar to that, players or people aren't going to be as skeptical of it. Like, you look at Trae Young, I'm pretty sure that paved the way for him to even come in the league the way he did. So, yeah, that's definitely, sure. I didn't even think about that for sure, because there's definitely going to be a lot of players like KD, or not a lot, but, like, you know, I see more players with his skill set coming in the future. But
man, for sure.
Yeah, due to him playing like that. So we got one of our favorite segments, to play the GM. So it's our start, bench, cut segment. So, Quaz, you had a start, bench, cut. You want?
So you want to bounce off? I do one. You do one. I have like 3.
We could just do yours.
No, I want to do yours too. Like, what's wrong with that?
I'll do one. Because I know you got time, bro.
Okay, all right. No, yeah, I forgot about that. All right.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good till 4.
Okay, so start, bench, cut. I think I've done these players before, but I'm just gonna do them again because we have a guest. So you got Jason Tatum, Ben Simmons, and Devin Booker. If you have to start one, bench one, or cut one, who would it be?
You said Jason Tatum, Ben Simmons,
and Devin Booker. Yeah.
Ben Simmons is starting.
He is raw. I mean, you just need to learn how to shoot.
He has a very good overall game. I think that's like a calm on the court in a way. So I would start Ben Simmons. I guess I'm gonna have to bench Devin Booker and then cut Jason Tatum. I don't know. That's hard. But I don't know.
I'm not mad.
I feel you.
I'm not mad at that.
Like I didn't want to like, I don't know. Like, I want Jason Tatum, but Devin Booker is just too good of a scorer. Like, you kind of got to take that.
Man,
no, I agree. What about you, Kofi? Kofias?
I would be damn near backwards, man. I would say I'm probably start Tatum, bench D-Book, and then I'll probably cut Ben Simmons. Now, the reason why I would do that is because I'm looking for a little bit of everything. Ben Simmons' shot, to me, would make him such a defensive, like, people wouldn't even have, they would have to guard him like in a full court like offense, but in a half court offense, bro, I've literally seen people double his teammates and leave him open. Whereas with Jason Tatum and D-Book, Jason Tatum has defense too. He has shooting. He can pass. He has a little bit of everything. You know, Ben Simmons is a little better at everything else, or is better at everything else except scoring like that. I mean, he can score, but it's not really him scoring. He's just really scoring because he's bigger and shit. But I think his shot is what kind of. I'll probably have to cut him for that, unfortunately.
I feel that.
Yeah.
And mine would be flipped. So I would start Devin Booker, bench Jason Tatum, and cut Ben Simmons.
Right.
Basically, off of what you said, Kofi, it's his shot.
Yeah.
It's
shot,
questionable
that's
to me.
the only thing, man. If he gets a shot, he's damn near. I'll have to start him, honestly.
But other than his shot, he's a great player. But his shot's killing me.
So you wanted me to do mine?
Go ahead.
I'm about to fuck y'all up with this one. So in terms of scoring, okay.
Scoring.
Start, bench, cut. Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. Who you starting?
You said in terms of scoring?
In terms of scoring. Start, bench, cut.
Yeah.
Who you starting?
I'm mad you threw James Harden in there. That's crazy.
Right?
Yep.
I thought it was gonna be MJ or something. Okay.
I mean, I could play MJ in there, but MJ.
No, this one's better.
Yeah. Cut.
I think I got it.
Okay.
I'm starting KD. I am benching Kobe and cutting Harden.
Damn.
And the only reason,
That's damn near
I know James Harden. I know like his numbers are insane and all that, but KD
the bags
KD is, to me, he's more effortless and he's way more efficient.
Has it ever looked like KD put effort in playing basketball? Serious question.
Say that again?
Really.
Yeah. Has it ever looked like KD's put effort while playing basketball? Like he's really trying?
Oh, no, not really. I agree.
Yeah.
It comes so easy to him.
I took Kobe because he has the same thing that both of them got, but he just makes harder shots.
Right.
And so I basically put KD there because I'm taking his efficiency. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's a tough one though.
Yeah, that's my list. That's my order too.
I got KD, James Harden, and then I'll cut Kobe. I'm sorry, Kobe.
Really?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
This is the biggest Kobe fan you ever meet. Wow.
Yeah, but we're talking about scoring wise. I feel like with KD and James Harden
over Kobe,
it's easier for them to. Yeah, like he said, Kobe takes some tough shots. I mean, they go in. But in terms of scoring, I'll go with James Harden and KD. I think they'll get more easier shots.
I think. Well, you gotta think. Well, what I thought about. Well, yeah, teams, but we're talking about scoring though. Like we kind of cut it to scoring. So
yeah,
like,
no, but you can score easier with certain screens, with certain people defending on your team and things of that nature.
But like, James Harden and KD are just better shooters than Kobe.
Is James Harden a better shooter than Kobe?
Yes, I think so.
I thought it was debatable. I feel like they're in the same ballpark.
I don't know their numbers, but maybe as a 3-point shooter.
I mean, I'm not saying no, but I mean, KD's definitely better than both of them for sure. Like, not even the same. You know, it's a different echelon of shooting right there. But you had that was the only one I had. But did you have two more or?
Oh yeah, I got a couple more.
Oh, okay,
I got a couple more. You Curry fan? So I'm starting with point guards. I'm going to point guards. You know, point guards of the decade. So I got Chris Paul, Steve Nash, and Steph Curry. And take the Curry bias out. I'm talking about point guards.
It's easy, but okay, that's still easy.
No, it's still easy.
You want me to say the
I'm
list?
starting Curry.
Benching Chris Paul.
I'm not the one doing it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm starting Curry.
Yeah.
I'm starting Curry.
I just know we have the
Chris
same
Paul,
list. That's
and cutting Steve Nash. Even though it hurts to cut Steve Nash, but
Yeah.
I mean they just
they're too. They're all great. So you got to nitpick a little bit. It's
Steve Nash, Chris Paul, or Kyrie Irving. Would that change?
okay. That's a little better. All right. So Kyrie, can we even call him a point guard though? Like he don't even play point like that. I mean, he plays.
He is though.
He is. I know by definition, but I mean, if we're talking about,
he's a scoring point guard.
Are you talking? So when you want us to differentiate it, are you talking about like who plays most like a point guard, or who's just a better player at that position?
I'm saying if you were the GM and you had
okay,
those three on the draft board as a guard, who would you take?
Chris Paul first. I guess I have to go Kyrie and then Steve Nash, man. It really hurt. I really don't like. I know how cold Steve Nash is. I know 450, 40, 90 seasons, bro. Like that's insane. 2 MVPs, even though like one of they're kind of arguable, but with one.
Oh wait, so you're gonna say Steve Nash is arguable when I said Curry? You're not gonna say that's arguable?
Steph's was way better than him. What are you talking about? 30 point, bro. 2016, that man Steph was damn near on like some god tier shit. What are you talking about? 30 points.
But unanimous MVP though.
Yeah, did you see how he was playing? PER was like damn near second to Will Chamberlain, bro. And this is a nigga that only
dunks. He finished this like the same percentage in the paint as LeBron.
Yeah, from like 3 and like the shots he was taking, 402 3. Stop, man. 50, 49. I digress, bro. Steals leader, scoring champion.
It was
just
the type of stuff they would bring up was hella dumb too. Like stats like from 35 plus feet out, he was shooting like 60% and stuff like that.
Like that was I don't think wasn't he better than his 2K character or whatever? Some shit.
I don't know.
Some crazy shit. But yeah, no. That ain't the same. That's different. But yeah, that's the list. That's the list for that.
All right, I got one more because I'm a PG hater. So I got Paul George, DeMar DeRozan. Trying to think of one more. Who's a good wing player in the league right now?
You said PG, DeMar DeRozan.
PG.
Jimmy?
Oh, I like that one. PG, Jimmy Butler, or DeMar DeRozan.
That's a tough list. I'm not gonna lie. Are we saying what
it's not tough based on how we've seen people play?
I was just gonna say, are we basing it on like what the results have been or what they should be on paper? Because on paper it's a different list and the result is a different list.
I'm talking about all three in their primes when they're at their highest levels.
Okay.
When DeMar was on the Raptors, I guess you could say when PG was on the just career wise. Just go career wise.
Yeah.
Career wise? Okay, then I guess I have to say Jimmy Butler at 1. PG at 2. Man. Ooh, that's tough. The DeMar PG. Actually, no, let me switch that. I'm gonna go Jimmy Butler 1, DeMar 2. Because even though it seemed like he on some other shit now with the Spurs. When he was with the Raptors, that nigga was a boy. And I'll say PG. Actually, no. PG, and then DeMar.
You're thinking about that corner bank shot. That's
Because
what you're
PG
about right now.
at PG, like, listen, we clown the fuck out of him out here, but I'm not gonna disrespect. Like, PG was an MVP caliber player, like in many seasons. I don't know if I can say DeMar was that. You know, PG just when he fucking failed, he failed. Like it was just bad. You know, Jimmy Butler is like he shouldn't be as good as he is, just based on what his talent level is, but he is just through sheer effort and like will, you know. So I have to put, and he went to a finals. Like none of those two did that, so I have to put him up there over them. But
I think Jimmy Butler's more. I think Jimmy Butler's talented.
more talented than PG. I think he's more talented than him. That's why we clown PG so much because he's that talented. And he just be failing, you know.
Yeah. I think of that list, PG is probably the most talented.
Yeah, for sure.
No, okay. It's weird because I was gonna say, well, DeMar DeRozan be doing 360 layups and shit.
Yeah.
But I've seen PG. PG did the
he did 360 dunks, man.
Game did the Vince Carter. Yeah, he did the
windmill.
Vince Carter,
PG's nice, bro.
Windmill in game. So like, it's kind of. But my list, I'll take. I'm gonna take Jimmy. I think PG is a better player overall, like career-wise, and most of the time more talented. But I think so far what we've seen, at least kind of playing into the narrative, at least we've seen Jimmy be more of a winner. So I have to put him there. And then I'm taking Paul George because I think he gives you more on both ends than DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
But I do not want nobody to sleep on DeMar DeRozan because his game is crazy. His footwork.
Yeah. He's Kobe. He's like a Kobe link.
Nice.
He's one of those Kobe links, bro. Yeah. I mean, DeMar, because DeMar, when you go to the Spurs, unless you're like Tim Duncan, you just die. Like, nobody remembers.
He still put up solid numbers on the Spurs.
He do, but
averaging like 20-something points a game.
No, he do, but no one's talking about him. Like they're not. Well, then again, the Spurs weren't that good this year either. So let me not say that. Like they're like damn near rebuilding mode almost. Well, not. I say rebuilding mode, but yeah, no. DeMar DeRozan, like if you're talking about his mid range, like he literally looks like a child of Kobe or something like that.
No, he's also forgotten too because he got traded for Kawhi, and then Kawhi won. And then
Kawhi should have stayed on the Raptors, bro. If you really ask me, man, I don't know why he left. Perfect situation, bro.
I mean, the way it looked, though,
3-1 lead, bro.
Kawhi and PG, what are you gonna do with that? Like, that was supposed to be something crazy. Like,
yeah, that's what I thought too.
It's Kawhi and PG.
Oh no, man! I wasn't that surprised when that shit happened, man. I mean, I was surprised when they lost that bad, but I thought it was gonna be one of those. Yeah, I was gonna be one of those. I thought it was gonna be one of those teams where it looks better than it actually will be on paper, but I didn't know it was gonna be a 3-1. That shit was God, and they were talking shit that whole year. That's why I don't really feel bad for PG because they did it to themselves, bro. Like you always, but. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So you got any more play the GMs or?
I think that was my last one.
That was the last one. All right.
Unless you want to go into duos.
Oh no, I think we probably got to wrap it up. But you got a player of the game?
No, I don't have a player of the game. I haven't seen any player out there. Anything.
It's been off season, so we don't. Really
it's off season, but. Shit, no, my player of the game is Montrezl Harrell. Thank you for coming to the Lakers. Addition to the team.
Yo, Pat was heated.
And I think I have to like go with what Kwame said, and I think the Lakers may repeat.
I mean, shit. Now you see how much change since we had that last pod with Clay going down and all this stuff happened. Now it's like, all right. Shit, the NBA gods is saying, all right, LeBron, here's your 5th ring, you know.
So if LeBron does get his 5th ring, will his legacy change?
It already changed with this last one.
That it did change with the last one, but if he wins another one, it dramatically changes. Because, to me, okay, we talk about Mike and his 6, but now it's like LeBron and the fact that he won so many on different teams. You
Exactly.
cannot overlook that. And people,
Yeah,
like that's one thing about LeBron. Whether he won 3 or 5 or how many, he did it on, I think, 3 separate teams now.
yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's insane. That doesn't happen.
That's why I'm saying I'm a firm believer that a championship is always gonna give you some kind of like, you know, boost to your legacy. But there's certain championships that it's like worth more than others, depending on like what you had to go through to get it, who you faced, the year, the era. You know, there's certain championships I feel like for example, if KD was to win a championship on the Nets, I'm pretty sure that would be worth more than the ones he won. Both of the ones he won with us, I think, in my opinion. But
I think, especially at this point, where he would be on a team where he's not the favorite.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's why.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why. And if he wins another one with the Lakers, shit, he's gonna be looked at as one of the greatest Lakers of all time. I think. You know, not the greatest, obviously not, but you're gonna have to have a conversation like, oh, now if he three-peats, then he's really getting. And then, in my opinion, he's like, you know, you got to mention him with the Kobe's and the Shaqs.
Three-peat.
I mean,
how old is LeBron?
He's like 30, 34?
He's like 36, 35.
Oh, he's 36?
Or I think he's 35.
He's older than I thought.
35 or 36, one of those two.
That's what I'm saying. 3P, I'm like, he gonna be winning rings when he's 40?
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, if you look at him, he ain't been slowing down.
Oh man.
What 35?
I mean, if LeBron 3-peats and he's like 39, 40,
he gotta be the GOAT.
I don't know exactly how old he is right now, but if he's that damn old, then we gotta just give it to him. Like, come on,
right?
I mean, hey, but you know, there's still gonna be those Skip Baylesses out there that are like, well, Mike, it took Mike, you know, he did it in way less time, and you know, but you know, so there's always gonna be naysayers, but I think that's gonna be.
And I don't even want to give it to him like that, because for me, GOAT to me, Michael Jordan. But if he gets to that point,
I gotta give it up. Yeah. I for me, to be honest, he just passed Kobe to me when he won the 2016 one, because as a Warriors fan, that pained me, but it was just like, fuck, he came back 3-1 from a 3-1 deficit in the finals, which had never been done against the 73-9 team.
Here we go again.
Yeah, he would.
Had to give it to him, bro. You know?
Yeah, he would.
So he passed Kobe off of that. That's crazy.
I think so. That's a lot, bro. But if you really
Kobe 3-peated. You tell me because LeBron beat the Warriors in 2016.
But LeBron to me was already
overpasses Kobe.
But LeBron to me was already close to passing him.
So we're gonna ignore the fact that Kobe 3-peated?
No, I'm not gonna ignore that fact, but I'm just saying that
just because LeBron beat the Warriors in 2016,
Kobe never did no shit like that.
Kobe, huh?
You think Kobe would have done shit like that?
I mean, Kobe wasn't put in that position.
I mean, I guess. I think, in my opinion, that he hopscotched a lot of people. That's what I think. And I don't personally, if you really want to go there, I'm not really sure who Kobe beat in those three. Other than, you know,
Paul Pierce. Oh, you talking about the three?
The 3-peat. I don't really think he beat people that were that crazy to me.
Mike Bibby. Come on, the Kings. Mike Bibby.
The Kings were nice, yeah. But I'm saying compared to like that Warriors team.
Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to say that there's levels to championships. If that, it's crazy to say, because you know, you think if you win a championship, that's like crazy already, which it is. But there's damn near levels to that too, you know, which is crazy. But yeah, I don't know. But that was episode 14 of the Black Star podcast in the books.
Yes, sir.